Now, Pete promised us at some point there was going to become this book, or he was going to stand for council, and he comes in with these very valid opinions, which we're all meant to listen to the first quarter of an hour and listen to, but yet he's never actually backed it up in any way. And that's where I find the whole thing quite disillusional. Now, I think what people are going to find with myself, can I mention what I'm going to do now?
Straight after the break you can do that. Pat the Builder, your thoughts on Pat the Builder?
Pat, again, nice guy. Backbone of Britain again.
But you don't want to say what you said when you...
All right, the guy's common, isn't he?
But that's the backbone of Britain, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not really the sort of standard that we want to really...
Okay, let's go to the break. It's 12:15. Right, we're back on air. Well, Henry, you've obviously come in because you've got something you want to say today.
Yeah.
So the microphone is yours.
Okay. Right. Everybody, they've seen Henry, or listened to Henry, sort of my life. What's happened? That's 2.5, 3 years. I've had some scrapes. I've had the low life, i.e. my ex-wife. I've had the high life. So
is the high life the young Thai bride before it went wrong?
Yeah. So but not only that, in another sense that, I've had money, I've lost money. I know what it's like to have the revenue knocking on the door, giving distraint orders, stuff like that. I know what it's like to end up with the bailiffs. I've been watching the TV. I've had them come in and take the television from under my nose. I've been there. All right, it's rough.
And you told us on a phone in before that you had the kids with you when the bailiffs came in, and they're watching the Tweenies or something.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the best part of it was, because it all got really quite nasty when that happened. The next day, that's when I found out about the whole Attrell thing.
What was the Attrell thing again?
Well, she basically...
I forgot about that.
She basically... She went off with somebody else, second name of Attrell, and I suspected something all along.
Didn't you go through the whole phone book? And, of course, there's more Attrells in the Isle of Wight phone book than Smiths.
Yeah, I don't really want to dwell on it too much, but, it wasn't the best. I remember it's like 1, 2 in the morning, I was outside this guy's house just waiting for him to come out, because when your life falls down like that all around you, you just want to lash out at the nearest thing or person that you think has caused it. And at that time, I won't mention his name, and I hope they're still happy together. I'm not bitter. Anyway, that was that scene or section of my life, and then I ended up with somebody else. Mr. T found the whole thing quite funny by going along with his thing. Then I ended up with a Thai bird, putting it crudely, and I got stitched there as well. But in the meantime, I always had this thing in my mind. I was going to come through it. I was going to pull myself out of it and come through, and that's exactly what I did. And I've got no qualms in saying I'm a success. I'm a successful guy. I've been at some people phone up and laugh about the fact of, when Henry sounded a complete state on the phone, and yeah, it's embarrassing. And some people, if they want to, but on the other side of the coin, those people love that. Now, I've been through some scrapes. I've had some rough times. I've had good times, more than most people.
Come on, cut to the chase, Henry.
Right, I've decided. I've been in business. I've got all this behind me. I'm going to stand for council.
You are going to stand for council, and you are absolutely serious about this.
Henry Spurgeon is going to stand for council, and yeah, I'm going to do that. I tell you what.
What party?
Well, this is the ironic part of the whole thing. I tried the Conservatives, and they weren't. I sort of approached them. They weren't very interested. I tried Labour, who obviously aren't doing too well. Again, unfortunately, not interested. The Lib Dems. Well, there was a bit of a mixture of...
which leads you to be an independent?
I'm going to become an independent, yeah.
Okay.
And I think I can make more of a difference on the Isle of Wight by being an independent than being tied to anybody else. Now, if you look at the quality, and no disrespect to anybody on here, if you look, for argument's sake, every time David Pugh rings up, I have a bit of a crack at the fact that he hasn't even got his own property. He's living at home with mum and dad, and that guy's a councillor. Now, you look at the quite calibre of person. Now, I'm not saying that David Pugh is a rotten person or anything. He's a nice guy. Very nice guy. But has he got it to cut it when it comes to really
So you've got
getting a hard
life
time?
experience. That's what you're saying. You're not only are you a youngish guy, but you've got life experience.
Yeah, and I've taken the knocks, and I've proved. I think I've proved to the people on the island that I can get knocked, hit really hard, and I can come back. And
Okay. So would you vote for Henry? It's what, 2 years off, 2009, but you're going to start campaigning within the next 6 months.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. That's why I've closed this business down. I've closed that down, and that's all being wound up, so people can read about that, and it's all going through. Nobody's going to be owed any money, so and I feel quite good about that because I've managed to close that down. I've earned a lot of money out of that, and it's my decision. It's not a case that the bailiffs aren't going to come round and take my television away.
Okay, 01983 822 002, 01983 822 002. Would you vote for Henry Spurgeon? I never even knew that was your surname.
Well, I might as well say who I am, because at the end of the day, people are going to know, and I want them to know.
Henry Spurgeon, independent. You've heard him on the phone in 01983 822 002, but you joked in the commercial break you don't want riffraff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I mean, let's be honest about it. You need to set out your stall and tell people what you want and what you don't want. Hello, line one.
Hello there, I was just on about hearing our friend Henry on the radio.
Yeah, who are you?
My name's Justin.
Hello, Justin. You're on the air and you're through to Henry.
Hello there, Henry.
Hello, Justin.
Yeah, I see where you're coming through for your points of life and your knocks and spills, and you feel so that you could help other people.
Yeah.
But you come over a very, how can I put it, double-standard person.
Okay, that's an interesting point. I like your point. Where is that, a double standard?
Because earlier on, you just saying about English Pete and people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got their opinion, of course they have.
Yeah.
But you saying about standards, I mean, you can't say your past history is great standards, can you? So everybody makes a mistake.
Oh, yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. And that's
so if you're going to go, what my worry is that if you're going to go for council in that, are you going to go out for yourself and just make a good thing for yourself, or actually are you going to stay there for the people for your ward?
Justin, let's see what Henry. I don't know this, Henry. What are you standing for? We know you're an independent, but what are you worried about? What are your concerns for the Isle of Wight? Listen to this, Justin. Have you got a list of them?
Yeah, I've got a list, my friend.
Go through these one by one, Justin, and see what you think.
Justin.
Okay, mate.
Right, sorry, you're an island resident, I presume.
Yeah, I've got family on here as well.
Okay.
I've been in and out of here, like, fiddler's elbow, as it were.
Okay.
So the island's great big heart of me,
Right. Every party that's been in so far has been, and people constantly moaning about the road system. Okay. Every party that's been in so far hasn't managed to get any of it. So, well, they sort of try to get this put right here and that put right there, but it never really happens. I want to get the road system improved. It's not just me saying this. This is people from the mainland coming to the island.
All right, roads. Yes or no, Justin? You with that?
Yeah, I'm with that.
All right,
How is he actually going to do it?
All right, we'll come to that in a moment. Second one.
The other thing, you got a family. You're a family man. I don't know how old your children are, but I mean, how many you got? 1, 2, or
I've got 4, mate.
you got 4 children?
All from the same mother?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right, okay.
Definitely.
Right. Okay. That's all right. So, under what sort of age are they under? Under 12?
Yeah, 12, the oldest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've been there, Justin, where basically you're in the middle of nowhere and you need the toilet for one of those children. Now, what have we got at the minute? We've got closure of the public toilets. Would you be quite happy with your child using a public toilet on the Isle of Wight?
Yes, I would.
Really?
Yeah, up to a point.
Justin, I wouldn't be happy with using some of the toilets that I see on the Isle
Right,
of
so we haven't
Wight.
got a problem with that. What's the next one?
Okay. The other thing, island residents, right? We're here to stay. That ferry, everybody keeps phoning. And I know you've got a different opinion on this one, Alex, but the ferry fares, everyone go and time again, people keep going on about let's get the ferry fares down, let's sort something out. Now let's just look at it this way, how we can make this work, because some people can say, well, Whitelink going to lose a bit of money. Let's look at it this way. If the ferry fares were cheaper for an island resident, we would use it more anyway. If you've got a business on the Isle of Wight, instead of saving everything up for a month, you wouldn't do it for a month. You use that ferry, you use it a lot of times.
So you want to make them cheaper?
Want to make them a lot cheaper.
Are you in with that, Justin?
Well, I thought they already got a scheme like that going already.
It's
All right,
not
okay.
really as
All
good
right,
as
next
I would
point.
have it.
Next point.